of Graphic and Web Design Studio. So we start at the top of the website with the title up at the very top outside of any blue boxes. I think this adds a certain difference to the title to make it not look like the same as the rest of the website. And then the first element included on my website is the examples of typography. So it's got all the different types of typography that we went through in the lessons and in the tasks that we had to complete. And so I thought laying them out in a evenly spaced fashion would be nice. Then the next part we go on to is the reflection paragraphs. So this part was just reflecting on the rest of these. I thought I would break it up a bit so that it didn't just look like a big mess of blue, and so I put these breaks in here between each box. The next part was the different carp posters and the different examples. So the final one I decided to go with was poster 3. I thought that I could make them quite large and quite central in the design of the website so that they'd be easy to see and easy to look at and consider. I then have the reflection paragraphs. Again, I broke them up because I thought I didn't want it to be too crowded and look too claustrophobic. So I put in these breaks here as well. So in the user experience and planning, I have 3 pictures of my or 2 pictures of my wireframes and a picture of my flowchart. These were meant to show how I plan to lay out the page and how I plan to design it and how I plan to make it flow. Along with the reflection paragraphs for the wireframes. I then had the strategy and scope section, and since that was very similar to the UX and planning, I decided to not put a break between them there, since I thought that they kind of fitted together as one element. The next task was the cake task, so I put a couple of screenshots. I put the top and the bottom because the middle was just photos of cake. Along with the reflection paragraphs and a little note so you know where to go to on the GitHub repository. Then this link here takes you out to this, which is the repository with all the information in it, and it does open that in a new tab, so this stays here. And then finally we have the project report right at the bottom. That's just the overall final report of the project. Put that in its own box because I think it deserves its own section of the website. If we then go back up to the top, we can use these links to take us to different sections. So the home one takes you to the top, the typography one takes you to the reflection paragraphs since the examples are at the top. The carp one takes you down to the carp tasks with their reflections, and the UX one takes you to the user experience area. I think that is all the elements of my website. I think the colors look nice together. I think the spacing is well thought out because it doesn't feel cramped and claustrophobic. It doesn't feel too together and too cramped basically. And I think that the layout and the text that I decided to use was good, and I think that the scrolling format of the website was better for me because it made it a lot easier to actually consider what was going to be on the website overall. So I think it was a lot better to make it scrolling rather than multi-page. So yeah, thanks very much.